Welcome to this video on OCR Cambridge Technicals Level 3 in Information Technology. In this video we're continuing to look at Unit 8 Project Management and we're focusing on criteria Merit 1. M1 says, compare the features and benefits of the different project methodologies. So what we're going to do in this video is just have a recap what the different project methodologies are, and then we're going to have a look at what the syllabus and assessment grid says you have to produce. And then, as with the other videos, we'll have a look at an example candidate's work. If you're working on merit criteria or merit evidence, then that probably means that you've finished off all of the past criteria. Remember, you can't access the merit work until you have completed all the past criteria. In P1, in fact P2, you're asked to talk about the different project methodologies. And in the video for that, we talked about how you can talk about the definition, an example, and some advantages and disadvantages of the methodology. M2 builds on this, and it asks or requires you to talk about the benefits and the differences and the similarities between these different project methodologies. So when approaching this, the first thing I would do is suggest that you have your P2 open, which has got your project methodologies that you covered, and I would recommend that you cover the same project methodologies in M2 as you did in P2, and that saves you having to do additional work, and also you probably already understand the methodologies because you've done the work and produced the evidence for P2. So M2 asks you to carry out M1 in fact asks you to compare the features and benefits of the different project methodologies. So what are the features? How is RAD and the Gantt chart similar in terms of features? What are the benefits of each? What are the differences? And there's not really any further guidance in this learners section at the beginning, but if you scroll down to the next page, it does give you a little bit more information here about what they are, what the examiner's looking for. So it's suggested that learners use their evidence from P2, as we've already said. The comparison should show the learners have examined the similarities and differences. Now, it doesn't actually say that in here. It just says features and benefits. But ensure that when you do this, you include similarities and differences. So how is RAD similar to Gantt chart? Or how is critical path analysis similar to a Gantt chart? And what are the differences as well? So you should include the similarities and differences with a list of benefits of each. Okay, the evidence can be in the form of a written report or a presentation with speaker's notes. Now in this example I'm going to show you, we're actually going to produce a table because it's quite a nice way of showing a comparison. You can do a report, you can do a PowerPoint, but it's difficult on a single slide to compare different methodologies, where a table you can spread them out and then you can see the comparison just by observing the table. Let's have a look at an example. So on the screen there you can see this student's M1. Down the left hand side they've created they've created the project methodologies. They've done Gantt, critical path, Prince2, waterfall and DMAC. These are the features, the similarities, the differences, the benefits and the suitability. Now it doesn't ask for suitability, but it's a good way of showing the examiner, the assessor, that you understand why one particular project methodology is more suitable than another. Very easily the examiner can see straight away that you've got benefits, differences, similarities, features. Okay, so this is a nice way of producing it, simple way of producing it, and you are comparing across each of them. So if we look here, it says critical path analysis different to Prince2 project. So that's the difference. They've compared it with Prince2 as it uses a mathematical model to plot the timescale. It also tells you what tasks are critical to the success of the project. The good thing about this is that by saying what the difference is, we also understand what the differences are for Prince2. So Prince2 doesn't do that. It doesn't use a mathematical model. Okay, so nice easy one that. It's a merit 1, sorry. You think it should be complicated, but it's not. It's a different skill set. And I think you might remember in the first or second video, I did talk about how some of these criteria are actually appear easier, but that it's the skill that's required, not the amount of content. So that's M1. Do it as a table. Please make sure you put a title in at the top. Makes it obviously a lot better than just writing it in pen. If you've got any questions, points, etc., please leave them in the chat. And thanks very much for watching.